Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I'm here to share a new project with you. Now this is something that I've kind of been working on, but I haven't shared it here on my YouTube channel. But I did get a couple requests to share it. So what I'm going to do is start a new traveler's notebook here with you guys and kind of share a couple of my process videos with that. I've got a pile of supplies here just for the cover, but let me share my book with you, and I have a pile of photos here, and then I'll kind of tell you what I'm going to do. So this is a traveler's notebook that I made myself. I have some that I've purchased, but I also have some that I made, and I kind of like to make my own because I can actually use pattern papers on the inside and also kind of create a color scheme. So I've just kind of got a mint colored cover here that's got a little bit of texture to it. And then I've just got a couple pattern papers in here that I have cut, and I do have my cover being a little bit larger than my papers, and I sewed my book together using my sewing machine. I've got a couple single-sided pattern papers in here, that way I can have a few white sides, but then I also have double-sided ones as well. So I've got a couple different things in here, a couple different lines. You'll probably recognize a few of these as well. You can see here, I just like how bright and colorful it is, and then it goes the opposite direction as well. As you can see, the beautiful colors coming out. I kind of went with a brighter color scheme in this one. And if you do this yourself, just keep in mind that the pattern papers are a little bit thicker, so your book will end up being thicker, and you would have to use less pages. So I think I used 7 total papers in here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have 7 total papers in here. And then you fold them, you've got front and back and everything else. So there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of create a cover page for you guys. And then I've got a whole bunch of pictures here that I have already pulled out to put in this album. And I will continue to print more and add more. What I'm going to do is what I did. I don't know if you guys are this way, but I tend to collect extra printed photos. Not meaning to, but it just kind of happens. And so I have a little bin that I keep all of those photos in, and that's what I like to pull from for my traveler's notebooks. Either that or kind of create a traveler's notebook for a specific event. So this one in particular is going to span a large time frame here, but what I'm going to do is actually focus on different things around town here, and we live near Raleigh, North Carolina, around town that we like to do, and these are things that we like to do continuously. So it's not just one-time events, but these are different things that we like to do out and about around town. And so, you know, I can flip through this book and go, oh yeah, we like to do this every year, or oh yeah, this is one of our favorite places to go, and things like that. So this is going to be photos from a whole bunch of different times. You can see Kaylin's got different ages here, different ranges of hairstyles, but this traveler's notebook is perfect for these extra little photos that you have printed. So I'm going to just decorate my cover with you, and then kind of keep an eye on for the next couple weeks. I'll be doing some process videos with these photos, and let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. Okay, now I'm going to speed it up just a little bit and kind of show you my process for decorating the cover of this traveler's notebook. Now, I wish I had kind of flipped through this notebook before I started decorating it, because I end up decorating the back cover, but we're just going to go with it. A lot of the pattern papers can be used either right side up or upside down, or on the side or whatever, but there are a few that, you know, are intended to be one direction versus another, so mine are just going to be upside down, and I'll just work with that. I'll just keep that in mind whenever I'm choosing which papers to use for which photos or layouts, and I'll just work around that. So very first thing I've done here is I've pulled out this tag, and this is just a random tag I have. I want to say, I don't remember where it's from. It's from something, but I'm kind of covering up the top of the tag with a wood veneer, and these wood veneer are from Ellie's Studio. They're dated for 2017. I'm going to see if they're still in the shop. If they are, I will link them in the description box below, but I'm not 100% sure. However, I do know that tabbed wood veneer are not uncommon, so I'm sure you can find them elsewhere. This one just happens to say enjoying on that tab, and that's what I'm using to cover up the hole on the tag. Now I'm decorating the tag before I actually adhere it to my the front cover of my traveler's notebook, just because I wanted to make sure I got everything exactly in place. Now I am centering this title, so the title is going to say all around town. in these Heidi Swapp glitter alphas. These are like a teal glitter alpha. Now this is centered. However, if you like the view that you're seeing right now makes it look like it's not centered at all, but it's because there's a ledger print on this tag, and the left side has numbers running down it, so it's centered in the actual like open space on the tag. And in person and in the still shots at the end, you'll be able to see that. It kind of looks off-centered the way that I'm putting it on here right now. Now I have a difficult time with these alphas, and I have to go incredibly slow. This is a sped up process video, and it still looks like I'm going incredibly slow, so just imagine how slow I'm actually going. But if you stick these alphas down too well and then you try to move it, it does rip your paper beneath it, so you have to be extremely careful. And for whatever reason, I have the most insane difficult time trying to line them up. I just couldn't get them lined up exactly the way I wanted to, and so I kept having to move everything around. And I'm sure this is probably driving some of you crazy, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and it just happened to be that this one had a ledger print on the tag, so that made me more picky about how it was placed down. So I've got my title down all around town, and then I'm using these American Craft Creative Devotion alpha stickers. They're like black tile alphas, and I'm not sure if the name is actually the verse, but on the back it says Romans 5:5. So I don't know if that's actually the name of these alphas or if that just happens to be the verse that's printed on the back. But it's it's got 4 sheets in it, 2 of each printed alpha sheets. So I'm just putting Raleigh, North Carolina down here at the bottom because that is where we live, or we live around Raleigh. And these photos, as I had mentioned, are from different events and things that we've done around town and that we like to do around town. So it's only fitting to have the town actually written on the front of the Traveler's Notebook as well. So if you're interested in knowing where all of these products come from, I will try to link anything that is still available in the description box below. I had made a stash kit for myself to work with in September, and that's where I have pulled most of these supplies from, but I will make sure to link if anything is still available in the description box below. Now I'm going to figure out the orientation of this tag on the front of my Traveler's Notebook. Now you will not see me do this here, but you will see it in upcoming process videos for this Traveler's Notebook. I do add a bit of a spine onto my Traveler's Notebook just to make sure that everything stays pretty solid and intact on my Traveler's Notebook. I find that as I work more and more in the notebook, it starts to kind of compromise the stability of the notebook because I end up putting more and more and more into it, so it ends up just making it a little bit more clunky and filled, I suppose you can say. So I added a spine onto the notebook just to help with the stability of the notebook as time goes on. I absolutely love Traveler's Notebook, but the only complaint I have about them is that as you decorate, especially if you like to use things like wood veneer and enamel dots and things like that, as you decorate, you kind of end up bulking your notebook up, which then compromises the stability typically. I am layering a few different washi strips down here at the bottom. They were both from different washi strip pieces that I had. One of them was Ellie Studio, and then the other one is actually just a miscellaneous pack. I think it may have been in a Heidi Swapp kit that I had purchased, like a little decorating kit. I think that's where the black and white one is. The pink and white heart one is from Ellie Studio. And I do have this little chipboard banner at the top, and that is actually from Feed Your Craft. I don't know the name of the collection, but it was a black and white collection that she had in her shop, and that was from the chipboard sticker sheet. And so was that circle chipboard piece there that says One for the Books. So that is actually going to complete this cover. I will make sure to add still shots at the end. Let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. All right, guys, thanks. Bye.